I'm back with another Pixels voiceover. So today I'm pixeling some Bixyls actually, and it is part of a gift of multiple Pixels products. These stickers, a sticker sheet, and 2 canvases for somebody who I will not name because I'm funny like that, but also they might see this and I don't want them to know. So you'll be getting no more information besides that. Until the time comes, of course. Then I'll say a lot about it. Today, I actually want to tell a story. So I will be referring to the man in the story as Jay, because that is the first letter of his first name. But also, I don't really want to give out his name. He has a very unique last name. So when I was a senior in high school, I was in the high school choir. I had been since junior year, but they also had it senior year, and I actually forfeited doing like technical school or whatever it was. Kids that would leave in the middle of the day and they would go to some sort of tech thing. I actually forfeited doing that to stay in choir because I loved it so much. And my high school choir professor, who I don't actually remember his name, so he's just gonna be S. So the current college I go to has a performing arts scholarship, and it is a full or partial scholarship, and full pays for everything. So I already get full Pell because I have been registered as an independent because I had some very unfortunate events. But nonetheless, I get full Pell, and it already covers my full tuition. But getting this scholarship, it being one of their biggest scholarships, would be a very big accomplishment for me. So I decided that I would audition for this scholarship. So I worked with S, I worked with a private voice teacher, I worked with both of them for months. I was dead set on at least auditioning and trying my best. So S gave me the confidence to do it. He was always kind of, hyping me up and making sure that I was actually going to do it and not chicken out. And my private voice teacher helped me expand my range, which is now, 3 octaves. Totally not flexing that. I'm definitely flexing that. So I called Jay. I actually got in contact with him through S because they are kind of connected. My high school and my current college are very interconnected. So he was able to contact him. So he sends him an email being like, hey, so-and-so wants to audition, yada, yada, yada. I leave a voicemail. Of course, when I tried to call Jay, he didn't get back to me immediately, so I left a voicemail. And then he tried calling me, and I didn't answer, so he left a voicemail. It was funny because he called me towards the end of the school day, but my phone is always on silent anyway. And so I was walking to my car, and I checked the notifications, and there was his voicemail. I was like, oh my God, he actually called me back. So I called him, we set up a time, and I went. So I go in there, and they're practicing for their musical, because they do a musical each year. It's part of the scholarship. And I sat there for like 5 to 10 minutes watching them, and he was just sitting there completely oblivious to my presence. But I was way too terrified. And mind you, this man, he is a white man, and he is bald, and he has a beard. And he's a little intimidating. At first, obviously, and he's very aware of this, so I can absolutely say this, but it was scary, okay? I was a timid little senior who had just turned 18 and was dealing with a lot at the time, so I was already very timid because of everything. So meeting somebody new was an experience. So he eventually sees me. He looks back. He's like, oh, I didn't see you there. Give me a few minutes. We will go in my office. And I'm like, okay, great. So we go to his office, and he asked me like the normal questions and stuff like that. He's like, do you want to do the interrogation part or the audition part first? And I said interrogation, because at the time I was going to do forensics. Of course, I'm not doing them now, but I was going to do digital forensics, so I guess that was a wordplay on my major at the time. And so we do the interrogation. He asked me what vocal part I am. I said tenor, and he looked a little surprised, but he put down tenor. And he, you know, got all my basic information. And bear in mind, I do want to note now, I am transgender. I am female to male, and I use a different name than my legal name. But, of course, I had to give him my legal name. So he had been calling me my legal name. The most basic white girl name you can think of. Whatever it is, it's that. I'm not telling you it. And so he asked me, the most, basic scholarship questions. And then he asked me, what I do for hobbies, and I told him, and then I told him that I had actually animated an entire web series on YouTube. You can actually look it up. It's called Locker79, shameless plug-in. And I had voiced Roselle Astor, who uses they, them. They are actually canonically agender, like me. And he's like, okay. And so a little bit later, he goes, so we have a no bullying policy. You have dropped some hints. And he asked me what I went by, and I told him, and I was like, oh my god. First day we met, and he clocked me as trans. I don't know how he did it. This man is actually cisgender heterosexual as well, which is very rare in performing arts. Even he noted that. But either way, I was shocked. But I do want to note, this man is a completely safe person. He has been one of my biggest supports. And I guess that kind of spoils it. I did get the scholarship. And I was very happy. In fact, I found out in the middle of first period math class, and I threw my phone on the desk and made a loud noise, and everyone looked at me like I was crazy. But to be honest, they didn't get a full ride scholarship like I did, so they had no reason to judge me. I actually really surprised him with my range because, of course, I'm assigned female at birth, and AFAB people cannot generally hit the low C very well. If they do, it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of warm-up. I hit the low C. Even I was surprised that I hit it. Because I was singing Joy to the World in the lower octave and the higher octave, the normal part, and then the lower part. And then I sung another song. And he did my rage, and he was like, whoa, low C. And I'm like, yeah, I hit the low C. What about it? What about it? And so I still don't know why he gave me the scholarship. Maybe it was because of the low C, but I'm still very, very grateful, and I graduate in May, and I'm sad. But I just wanted to tell that story because it's funny, and the fact I got clocked as trans immediately is extremely hilarious to me. It is a core memory, because it's just funny that someone can look at me and I can just tell them a few things, and they're like, are you trans? Are you one of those weirdos who uses they, them? Are you a they, them? Are you what we're supposed to be scared of? Now, I do want to preface that I will not tolerate any transphobia on this channel, but I mean, as far as I know, the Pixyls community is very open-minded. I believe even Rachel is very open-minded, but any outsiders who may be bigoted, you will be blocked. That's all. That's the story. I have more, but you'll have to wait for that. Also, hope everyone survived the naders. They were kind of scary, but I live on a mountain area, so I don't really have a huge risk, but the risk is still there, and it's kind of scary, and we are predicted to get more severe weather, but it's okay. Stay safe and have a blessed time zone, everybody. Bye-bye.